Hey besties, you already know what it is. This is Somebody's Gotta Say It with your girl Candy Capricorn, and we finna get into it today. How's everybody feeling? I hope everybody is good today. Yes, blessings and prosperity. We speaking life, love, and happiness. Okay. So what we're gonna talk about today is on my last episode we talked about a little bit of Zeus. Now we're gonna talk about a little bit of Now That's TV, but we're just gonna talk about one episode in particular, one show, and then I want to get into my topic. So this is my topic. My topic is in a heterosexual relationship with a man and a woman. I feel like whatever you do in that relationship, whatever the two of you guys engage in, it's straight. It's heterosexual, in my opinion. So I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it like that. And then we're gonna get into we're gonna talk about it. We'll unwrap that statement because I get it. It's a little vague and everybody's eyebrows all furled up. But we're gonna get into it. So first of all, what I'm gonna talk about on Now That's TV, my resident second ratchet TV station. We're gonna talk about the hookup. Which I don't have anything bad to say about the show. It pretty much is self-explanatory. Everybody's in this one house and they all supposed to be hooking up. And I do like the way they do it, where they handcuff people to each other, and they only do it for like a day, and we see how things work out. But it's pretty cool. They really left to mix and mingle on their own, and really left to find their own connections. And then from there, the crew is observing them, and whoever it looks like they have a really great connection with, they might pair them up or they might handcuff them together. And sometimes it's a throuple. Sometimes it's, more than one person at a time that they're connected to. I like the idea and I like the concept. And everybody's, for the most part, being really good sports about it. But it's one little couple I want to get into because I don't like the way things went down. And if you know, you know, I'm talking about Tokyo and Moses. Okay. Yo, let me say this about Tokyo. First of all, gorgeous girl, and I've seen her on other shows on Now That's TV. So Tokyo's not to be played with. Okay, Tokyo, get in the paint. Tokyo give you work for real, and she's a big girl. Now here's the thing. I hate when I have to point out these things like, oh, she's the white girl, she's the dark skinned girl, she's the big girl. I hate that, but in context, it makes sense. It's necessary in context. So let me explain. Tokyo's one of the bigger girls on the show. Now I'm gonna say it this way because not for nothing, some of these BBL baddies got her beat when it comes to size because they got these outrageous booties and all of this stuff. And Tokyo's she's a big girl, but she's your BBW. I hate to say that because here's the thing: Tokyo's got a gorgeous shape. A lot of the girls on the cast could never. Could never. Beautiful face T, body T. She's just, she's thick with it, but gorgeous. Okay, so you can't take nothing from her. I don't even want to say that she's a big girl as if that's a negative thing, because it's not. Because it is something to be said, baby, when you put together that nice. And she is put together very nicely. Very gorgeous. And then there's Moses, tall, dark skin, dreads. You know what it's giving, right? Handsome man, handsome black man. Here's the thing. And I got a bone to pick with you, Tokyo, baby, because I can't do this. Okay. So I'm gonna give y'all a brief backstory on the issue that I'm having and why I said what I said at the beginning of this. Tokyo and Moses hook up. We on the show to hook up. We know they finna hook up. He let it be known that he was interested in her. And when most other guys, they were letting each other know they was interested, but they was really shying away from really just approaching her and being like, yo, I'm interested in you. I want you. Moses was one of the first people to do that. They was just like, yo, it's you for me. So she was respecting the way he kind of came to her, the way he stepped to her. It was respectful. It was nice, gentleman. She was loving it. She was eating it up. But Tokyo, we know Tokyo's lifestyle is a bit different than Moses. Okay, we know Tokyo. She how do we say this nicely? I don't want to be rude, but Tokyo, she lives the nightlife kind of life. So her perspective on things is gonna be a little bit different than Moses. So he's looking for a girl, like he's checking out Tokyo. He's thinking that, I want you to be my woman. Now, somewhere in this show, it does slip out that Tokyo do got a little thing, a little situation going on back at home. So I don't know if that's a boyfriend, I don't know if that's a husband, I don't know what that is, but it does come out that she do got a situation at home. And not for nothing, this show is the hookup. So we don't expect people to necessarily fall in love or have like lasting relationships out of this. It is just who hooks up for the moment. So we get all of that. Now, we first see Tokyo. She playing it cool. The guys are kind of, taking it easy, approaching her except for Moses. So when it's time for them to kind of get coupled up, of course she gonna go kick it with Moses. He was one of the guys that pretty much all bad let her know he was interested. So he go kick it with Moses. Now she go kick it with Moses. Now again, like I told y'all about Tokyo, Tokyo definitely is in that nightlife type of crowd. So her vibe is gonna be a little different. And not for nothing, I definitely understand why Moses would be feeling her. So here's what she does. They get together, they all on the boat. Now they on now Tokyo girl. So they on the boat. Everybody's playing this game about they doing little sneaky shit with each other, kissing each other, whatever. They playing like truth or dare or some stuff like that. So eventually Tokyo let it be known that Kayla is kind of like an interest for her and Moses. So Kayla's kind of flirting with both of them, and Tokyo's. I guess she kind of vibing with it. She dealing with it right now. She liking it. So Kayla's kissing all in Tokyo all in the mouth and feeling all up on Moses, and Tokyo look like she with it. So at a certain point, it gets hot and heavy, and Tokyo take Moses downstairs. And the camera, we love y'all now, that's TV camera crew, because y'all don't have no respect for nobody, baby. They pushed right on in that bathroom. And we saw little Miss Tokyo taking Moses to Tokyo. Like, we saw, we saw Tokyo taking Moses to Tokyo Valentina. Now, if you know what I'm saying? Here in Atlanta, we got Tokyo Valentina. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. So she was really giving him the experience. Okay, and Moses looked like he was happy there. It looked like he had a great time in Tokyo. So she's giving him this experience. She's, top and bottom, all of that. So they come back out. Now, here's where things for me get a little weird, a little questionable, a little like, what you doing, girl? Okay, so they get back to the room after she's, topping him off on the boat, busting it open on the boat, you know what I'm saying? Giving it up. She gave it all up on the boat. So they get back. Now, she done took this man up through there on the boat. Then they get back to the house, and I guess I don't know whether she tired. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think it is. Okay. She gets back to the house, and now she tells Moses, "I want to watch you take down Kayla." All right. So that was the girl that was flirting with both of them on the bus. So on the boat. So she like, "I want to watch you take down Kayla." Now I'm watching the show. And I'm like, okay, Tokyo, she trying to do a little, a little threesome thing or whatever. I say each his own, I don't judge. But she was trying to do a little threesome thing. Or so I thought. But that ain't how things went down. So Caitlin enters into the room and we don't really get much audio. And I don't understand why I needed some audio with this because we saw everything, but I didn't get much audio. So what happened was Tokyo pretty much told Moses, her man, that she just wanted to watch him take down Kayla. So she's sitting in the bed, in the corner of the bed, wrapped up, just looking. So for me, I was like, I don't like that. That's a little weird. Like I could see, like I get it. You might, voyeurism might be your thing. You might like to watch, and I kind of get that. But when it's all right there in front of you, like I get it too. Girls, not your thing. You want to watch your man be pleased, whatever. But just no contact, no nothing. Like it don't even look like she was even saying anything to like, you know what I'm saying? Keep the situation hot and steamy. Like she was just sitting over in the corner, like sucking her thumb and wrapped up in the blanket. I don't know what that was all about. It gave a little weird, but I'm gonna tell y'all what I think was going on after the fact. I think what was really happening was, again, like I told you, Tokyo live a different kind of lifestyle. She live a different lifestyle than Moses apparently does. Because Moses said he's pretty much a one woman kind of man. Like he understand what Tokyo's trying to do. And if she's with it, he's with it. But he don't need all of this extra. He don't need this chick, that chick, whatever. He's definitely a one woman type of man. Now, I feel like Tokyo was trying to do two things. Number one, I think she found her a guy that was into her and she was feeling him. She want him to stay stuck to her. She want him to be sprung on her to the end of this show so they can win this money. I get that. So I think what she thought the best thing to do would be to offer him, yeah, you can be with me, but you can have all of this cat. We can play together kind of thing. Even though she ain't really playing, she's sitting in the corner. But I feel like she's sitting in the corner because two things. I feel like she was in a way, and I don't want to misuse this word, but I think she was grooming him for a certain type of relationship with him. Okay, I don't want to say grooming like predator or all of that, but I do think she was definitely grooming him, training him for a certain type of relationship. And that's why I think she was like, I'm finna go get this chick, you finna take this chick down, and I'm gonna sit there and watch. Because I think she feel like she wanted to assert some sort of sense of authority, not only over Moses, but Kayla too. Because like I said, y'all know Kayla was trying to slide in there and be part of their little couple and turn it into a throuple. So I feel like this was this was Tokyo's way of kind of taking Kayla down a peg. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll get it when I say you get it. You get it how I say you get it. And when I tell him to stop giving it to you, you done. I feel like that was her way of nice, nasty, putting Kayla in her place. And also letting Moses know that I run this, baby. Like this is going to happen. You're going to have all the fun that you want, but you're going to have it on my time. That's what I think she was trying to do. And that's also why I think she responded the way she responded when things didn't work out the way she wanted them to work out. So she does this. Now Moses does come to the camera and be like, yeah, it was good. I had a good time. I didn't mind messing with Kayla. Whoop de whoop. But I really like Tokyo, and Tokyo is it for me, and I would be happy just to have her. Cool. After all is said and done, the next day she gonna tell Moses like pretty much, I'm trying to play again tonight. Now, Moses was like, okay, cool, if that's what you want, but I'm really cool with just chilling with you. But if you want us to play again, i.e., get another chick, it's cool, just not Mama G. Now, I gotta take a moment. We're gonna have a moment of silence for Mama G's cat. Because I keep hearing from other people now, I was getting ready to use Ray Face as an example for saying that Mama G, she do look a little bit like there might be a bit of an odor. Just in general, not necessarily that she looks nasty. Well, I'm just saying we see it's a BBL, and that BBL is a bit big and a bit wobbly, and I just feel like human anatomy and the way us ladies are built and moisture and stuff, I just really feel like there definitely could be a bit of swamp cat going on. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That Ray Face, he said it smelled bad, but then he won't stay up out of it. So I don't know. Maybe he likes the stinky cat. He likes swamp cat. I don't know, because I don't have any respect for no man that's gonna take you up through that. Like, he really messed with this woman. We saw it, right? He took her down and then tried to lie to us and was like, oh, the smell was so bad I had to run and get in the shower right after. No, he didn't. He was spread out across that bed, sleeping, snoring, mouth wide open, all up under this girl. And then circle back again and again. Like, he circled back. So I can't really trust Ray Face saying that her cat stank, because it couldn't have been too bad, baby, because you was in there. And it couldn't have been that bad because you didn't even care that you was playing putting your body in a stinky cat. Like, I don't understand. So it couldn't have been that bad. Right? I feel like maybe he wanted attention. However, when Moses said, yo, we can mess with anybody but not Mommy G because she smelled, because her cat stank. Then I was like, oh, now I'm looking back at Ray Face some kind of way, because this been co-signed that it stank. And it's literally a hookup show. It's like 10 other chicks in here that are literally here to hook up. And Ray Face, while he admits that it smells terrible, can't come up out of it. Bambi, good job, girl. Good job calling that off, girl. Cause and I wonder if baby, was you with him while he was shooting this? Is this why he kept dipping off and kind of like not being there for your tapings on Love and Hip Hop? I don't know. But you dodged this bullet, because this is disgusting. I got no respect for nasty Ray Face, who's putting his face anywhere. And then talking about letting us know it's nasty crap. Like, at the very least, he could have been like, I ain't smell nothing. Like, I had a good time. No, he gonna tell us it's terrible. And then let us watch him circle back. Baby, you ain't smart a little bit. Anyway, I done got off on a tangent about the wrong thing. So Moses was like, not Mama G, because I can't say. And Tokyo was like, all right, that's cool. So I did see another little interview or whatever where I think Tokyo was talking to LaRue, and Tokyo was like, well, she didn't really smell it at that point, but she did smell Mommy G on another show where her and LaRue were together. Okay. So rumor has it Mommy G needs to freshen up. Okay. Girl, probiotics, Mommy G, like probiotics. It can't be too bad because otherwise, people ain't reacting like they would react if it was just horrendous. But maybe you just got a little bit of strong BO, baby girl, and let's do some pre and probiotics to clear that up. Now, back onto bigger and better things. So, this is where I got a problem with my girl Tokyo. She goes on a podcast. She goes on Sway's podcast, okay, on NowThatsTV. Now, from what I understand, this is the timeline. You got Tokyo and you got Moses. And I feel like Tokyo's older than Moses, so I feel like Tokyo was trying to turn Moses out. And it would have worked if Moses was the type of man that really got excited by flesh. But he seems to be the type of man that's really excited. He's really excited about genuine love and connection and stuff. And baby, you can't play with that. When you find a real one, you got to be real with him. And I think she just kind of played him like most dudes, which is they're going to be excited by flesh. Your lesser vibrational men are very carnal. When they low vibrational, they're carnal. And not for nothing, but Tokyo's profession, she's around those type of men, the very low vibrational, where women are just Baskin Robbins is 32 flavors. Everybody, it's just something to try, something to sample, something to experience without any regard for these women being people, like genuine people with feelings, and that they have autonomy. Their body is not just a thing for you to experience, like an amusement park, like you just got on a ride and you get off and now you on to the next ride. But a lot of men play women that way, and they're very just flesh oriented and carnal. So I really feel like this is where Tokyo messed up, because she pegged him as this type of guy. Not for nothing, look at the show that they were on, so you can't really blame her for that. But she should have taken time to get to know him a little bit, because he was dropping hints like, I really ain't into this. Anyway, so I think she gave him on the surface, like most guys swear they would want, where their woman wants them to be with other women and all of this kind of stuff. Child, whatever. Anyway, so what happens is Tokyo gives him this ideal, what she feels is an ideal relationship or whatever for the show, and everybody's saying that Moses kind of led her on. I think Moses genuinely liked her. He genuinely tried to see if it could work. But I think he realized kind of early on that she just wasn't the type of woman for him. Even though he was attracted to her, he found her beautiful, he wanted to be with her. She definitely had a different mindset than he did. And I don't think he was gonna be able to explain it to her, because I think she's stuck in her ways and what she likes and what type of man that she likes. And that's, it's not him. So anyway, eventually I guess Moses dips off and starts talking to this chick, Honey. And now, because he's talking to Honey, with Honey, Tokyo's in her feelings. She's mad. So they go on this podcast. And this is where the mess ensues. Okay, so they get on the podcast. Moses is talking about, this is because Sway asked, did you kind of lead Tokyo on? And Tokyo's like, yeah, like we got tattoos. And Moses did have a tattoo of Tokyo on him, but it was like a little heart and then some letters. So we saying that meant Tokyo. And then he did get a tattoo or whatever of Tokyo. And so in the middle of all of that, he's still trying to save face and explain that, it just really didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, nah, be for real. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything that went down. Let's talk about how I pegged you in Atlanta. Whew, I was like, what? She said, huh? She stands up and pulls out a toy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She stands up and pulls out a sex toy and is waving it around the room and was like, I didn't just have this in you. I didn't have you. I had you. Like, what you mean? Like, girl, Tokyo, baby. So she stands up, and this ain't no little toy. This not no little toy. This. Listen, if that man took that, there's no closet. There's no closet for that. That man is all outside with whatever he likes to do. So I just feel like two things. Number one, if a man showed up that you was messing with and he likes to be paid, okay? And for those of y'all that don't know what it is, that's why we have Google. You understand? So it's just generally the is us just trading places for real, for real. But he if he liked that and he took that type of toy, I feel like he would just be outside. That wasn't no small thing. I feel like Tokyo girl, I feel like you trying to shame this man. Now here's how I feel about this. This is why I want to talk about this. In relationships. They were supposed to be together. Women, I got a bone to pick with y'all women that think like this is okay or whatever. And this is my opinion. And this is my personal opinion. This don't have nothing to do with my relationship because you know how y'all like to do. Let me clarify something. When I talk to y'all, I be talking to y'all about my personal opinion on the subject matter. I do not talk to y'all about what I do in my life. Unless I say, I might be like, yo, this is what I did. This is what I went through, whatever. I'm going to tell y'all that. But please understand, the opinions that I give y'all be my just unsolicited opinion about the topic at hand. I have not done or experienced this type of thing. But I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to tell you what I think. If that man, let's say her accusations are true. Okay? Let's say they're true. Let's say you done turned this man out. Tokyo done turned this man out by, bringing women to the bedroom. Nah. She talk about she had him. I ain't have you on your back. I didn't have this in you. All of this. All this she's saying, right? First of all, there's a couple things I want us to unpack. Number one, if I don't see how, if this is what Moses likes to do, he likes to get backdoor, okay, by women or whatever. I don't see him leaving the toy with Tokyo. Okay. I feel like if that's what he liked to do, he got his own things that he liked to take. And I feel like he would have bought those and he wouldn't have left them with her. So I feel like, baby girl, that's two things. That's number one, that's your toy. That's showing. That's number one. Don't stop there. Don't act like you was returning it to him or you left this at the nah. That one was yours. First of all. Number one. Number two, any man that's taking that one, because I seen it. And if y'all see the video, y'all see any man that's taking that, baby, he ain't in nobody's closet. Okay? There's no way. So that's number two. Number three, and this is the part where I'm gonna take issue. Let's say we already saw her try to turn this man out. So I don't think it's far fetched for her to try to turn him out in that way too. So I do feel like she's opened his eyes. She done giving him some new things to experience, and maybe she decided she was gonna try this one on him too, sneak this one in on him too, and maybe him being open, him feeling her, him being vulnerable with her. Maybe he allowed some things to transpire. Now, I'm not finna say that man took that toy, okay? But for her to get up there and holler and scream like that, maybe she had it back there a little bit. Maybe it was just, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to it. And maybe he was on beginner level 1. You know what I'm saying? Because it was something she was initiating, because we've already seen him kind of go along with the program when it comes to her because he likes her. So maybe this is a situation where she was like, I'm gonna do something special for you. I'm gonna turn you out. I got you tonight. Like, I'm gonna be in charge tonight, blah, blah, blah. Because we already know Tokyo don't got no problem asserting her dominance. She did that at the very beginning. You see what I'm saying? So I could definitely see her taking on that role of being very much in her masculine energy. I could see her not putting him in no feminine energy, but wanting him to submit to her masculine energy. So This is how I feel about that. And I can be wrong. Ain't nobody psychologist. Again, unsolicited opinion. But I like to, we're going to say the quiet part out loud. And this is what I feel about that. I feel like a man can submit to a woman's dominant feminine energy, her dominant feminine energy. Okay. So you say it could be a little bit masculine, whatever. Okay, cool. So I do think that a masculine man can submit to a woman's masculine energy without losing his masculinity. I don't think because he submits, it just automatically puts him in feminine energy. I feel like him submitting is him trusting that she knows how to hold space for him, that she knows how to take care of him, that she's going to please him and not harm him. And that doesn't cost him his masculinity. Okay? Y'all get what I'm saying? So I definitely believe that a man can submit to a woman's dominant energy and that not make him feminine. Okay? So that's just kind of where I'm going with that one. But so I do believe that it was a situation where maybe she had him open and she had him willing and ready and excited, and she was like, let's try this. And he was like, I wouldn't normally try this with anybody else. And she might not have even asked permission. She might have just been kissing and doing what she do. And all of a sudden, surprise, surprise. You know what I'm saying? Something is back there. And he's like, I don't know what to do about this, but I trust her. I like her. And as long as we don't go too far, I'm going to see where this goes because it's feeling some kind of way. That's what I think. So here is my opinion on all of this. And I know it is taking me a while to get here, but here we are. Anything that you do with your partner in a heterosexual relationship, in my opinion, is not gay. Take it or leave it. That's how I feel. I don't think it's gay. I think that it is okay. So here's again my opinion. Okay. But I'm gonna stop saying it. I'm gonna stop apologizing. Y'all already know it's my show. It's my opinion. Anything I say. But here we go. If you are with your partner and your partner wants to explore themselves, what is wrong with that? What is wrong with you and your partner exploring each other together? Please make that make sense to me. I don't see the problem with it. And I did post this online a few months back, and guys were like, yeah, but guys don't do this and guys don't do that. And okay, I don't have a problem with that being the status quo that men don't do X, Y, and Z. Cool. Straight men. Straight men don't do X, Y, and Z. Right? Okay, cool. I understand it. I do. But if you are with your lady and you are just enjoying each other, I don't think that any part of that is gay. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, I'm going to say it based on this kind of premise. As women, we are allowed and encouraged to explore ourselves. It's one of the biggest things that you are told once you get up into the age where you start dating, where you start being intimate with people. People will and learn yourself. Learn what you like, learn what you don't like. Explore your own body. Can't nobody please you till you learn how to please yourself. These type of things, right? And I'm not advocating for that. But anyway, I'm just saying, in general, for women, there is no taboo for us to explore our bodies. It's encouraged. Right? Mainly because it's one of those things where it's like you don't want to be around chasing no man. You'll get pegged as a slut, as a hoe, you freaked out, whatever. So you learn how to take care of yourself so you don't have to be out here doing this, that, and the other and getting all of these bad names. And that's kind of like the way or the premise on why women are encouraged to know themselves. Plus, these guys don't know. They don't know. So you can't go lay down with somebody you just met and expect him to have the blueprint to your body. You might need to be able to direct traffic. That's all, people. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you know what you like, you know what works for you, so that you can let that man know. Don't leave it up to him because he really is just going to show up and get what he came for and then be gone for the most part. So that's where that comes from. So there's no taboo with that. But for the guys, there is taboo with exploring. They are taught to explore the woman's body. And not in a respectful way. They're taught to consume it for their own gratification. And the extent of their own self-exploration is tied to how deeply they explore salacious material. So guys are taught to explore their sexuality, Lord Jesus, I'm gonna get it right, through the consumption of flesh. Right? So women no longer, they're an object for exploration. They're not people that have actual feelings and should be respected and have bodily autonomy and all those things, which is why we get that manosphere nonsense of, if I take you out to eat, what am I going to get out of it? Why don't I get? Because it's really, they're just there to explore your body. They just want, what 3 buttons do I have to push so that I can explore this, so that I can explore myself, because they don't understand. They're not, society does not champion self exploration for the man. Now they do the self pleasuring, but not self exploration. What is it that you really like? What is it that really turns you on? How does this get you excited? What gets you excited? Do you like this sensation? Do you like that sensation? It's really none of that. All it is for the men is, you like big boobs, small boobs. You know what I'm saying? You like light coochies, dark coochies. You like hairy ones, you like bombs. It's always what what consumption you desire, instead of learning about yourself. So I feel like if we take the stigma out of it, the taboo out of it, and allow that man to be able to explore himself with his partner, with his female partner, with his straight partner, without the stigma of it being gay, we might have more self-aware men, instead of men that are just finding self-gratification in the consumption of flesh. You understand what I mean? Learn yourself. Learn yourself. That's all I'm saying. So when the guy's looking to get off, he's looking for his excitement through consumption. He doesn't know how to, oh, if I do X, Y, Z, this is what pleases me physically. It is what pleases me through sight. So when it's like, what do you like? What do you enjoy? 9 times out of 10, that man is going to tell you about a woman, or a body part, or a shape, or a color, or a size. He's not going to tell you what he specifically enjoys. 2 hands. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he because he doesn't know. There's no self exploration. There's only consumption. And exploration through consumption only gets you so far. You still don't know anything about yourself. Anyway, another tangent. But here we go. This is why I say I feel like it is okay. It should be embraced for that man to be able to explore himself in the safety of his relationship, in the privacy of his relationship, in the safety of being with his partner. And she should keep that a safe space. So if, for instance, this man happens to be stimulated, okay, he happens to enjoy anal stimulation with you, woman, that should be y'all's business. That should never have been a topic of conversation for no podcast. And it definitely shouldn't have been used as a method to shame him. And then to say it in front of the chick that he's supposed to be talking to now. Like, no, ma'am, Tokyo, I got to stop you on that one. I don't appreciate it. I feel like there should be a safe space for our men, especially black men, to be sexually vulnerable with their partners. Oh, I'm loud. But I mean it. Y'all, it should be, as black women, we should create a space for our partner. I'm not talking about all men, every man, in 2 or 3 men. I'm talking about your partner, the person you have committed to, the person that you are supposed to look to, and they're supposed to look to you for that type of gratification. I absolutely think that we should, as black women, as I can only speak from what I know, you know what I'm saying? Make a safe space for our men. As soon as that man come to you and say that he might want a little vibrator somewhere, and then not even insert it, I'm just talking about externally. Externally, now you can talk about, oh, you're gay. What? Did it? Okay. Let me tell you something. As a woman, I got a back door. Everybody on the planet has a back door. So because this guy wants to explore that area that just makes him gay, we all got a back door. And he's not trying to explore it with a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's exploring it with his woman. I don't see how that makes him gay. I do see how there is an area that I have that you have, and you see that it brings me pleasure. You wondering it might bring you some pleasure too. So let's find out. And let's not attach it to anything. Let's not say because I'm exploring this and it makes me gay. He didn't go out to the store and buy a back door. Y'all know what I'm saying. This man didn't go purchase a booty hole to play with. He has one. And there is a sensation that comes with manipulating that area. And if he happens to like that sensation, how does that don't make him, y'all understand what I'm saying? And I could be wrong. Listen, I could be wrong. The way I see it could be twisted. But I do feel like, yes, after a while, you starting to do too much. Too much is too much. But I do feel like there is something to be said for our men being able to safely explore their curiosities in the relationship. And I'm not talking about nothing weird. I'm not talking about this man wanting to do weird stuff. Y'all know what I mean when I say weird. We don't watch all of these monsters. Um we done seen these Netflix series on the serial killers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no weird stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm saying y'all happy one night, y'all excited, you got the vibrator out, and you know what I'm saying? You doing what you doing with your man, and you take the vibrator and slide it back somewhere or lay it somewhere or put it somewhere, and he don't stop you and he enjoy it. Don't get up and call that man gay. Don't get up and call that man gay. He's just enjoying, like maybe he's never had anybody do that. Maybe can the sensation be enjoyable? Would that be okay? Can you just be bringing your man pleasure and it be all right? I'm just saying, I don't know. I feel like whatever you do as a heterosexual person with a heterosexual partner is your business. And I don't think it makes you gay if you enjoy it. Now, if you're seeking that type of attention out from men as a man, then there you are. There it is. You know what I'm saying? But how do we, as a straight woman, barring cootie cat, right? Barring licking cat, as a straight woman, if I were to mess with a woman, I would literally be doing the same exact acts that I would be doing with a man. Now, if I mess with that woman and I'll be like, oh yeah, I messed with a woman here and there, y'all won't be calling me gay. Y'all just be like, okay, that was an experience. She tried it one time at band camp type thing. So why is it when a man explores an act, but it is with a woman, he's enjoying it with his woman, he's not desiring it from a man, why is it we don't give the same, we don't hold the same space and be like, this is, he enjoys this type of thing right here with his woman. And why can't that just be that? Why do we have to call it gay? So my point is, I am very pissed because I feel like Tokyo is trying to shame this man. And for all intents and purposes, there was a consensus that he did kind of lead her on. I didn't see that part, so I can't comment on that right now. So there was a consensus that he did kind of lead her on. But ultimately, y'all, she got on that podcast just to out him, just to low key try to act like he enjoys butt stuff and he's really gay because he ended up dating this other girl over her. And again, we already see how she wants to assert her dominance. I just don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair now. For them as a couple or whatever, I'm getting out their business. I don't really care what they do or how they do it or whatever. But for the rest of us, the general public at large, I just feel like, ladies, we got to do better when it comes to protecting our men. Now, I guess she was hurt. Her feelings were hurt. And you get your feelings hurt in relationships. But certain things you kind of take to the grave. If he wasn't up there outing personal stuff about her in a shameful way or trying to demoralize her character or whatever, right? Trying to talk bad about her, then I don't understand. I really just feel like her response to this is unwarranted. And then child to throw the toy across the room at him is wild. You should have heard everybody was hollering and screaming. Sway was like, get it from her, get it from her. She's slinging it around in front of God and everybody's talking about this right here. I had this in you. I had this. First of all, immediately gross, immediately disgusted. Tokyo girl, you want that man real bad. Real bad. You brought it with you. It had been you per your what you said. You done shoved that all up in him and everything else. Why you ain't throw that thing away? I know you still ain't using it. Was you saving it, hoping he was gonna come back, girl? Why you still got it? Why? Because it was yours anyway. Stop trying to act like that man brought that to you for you to do. Stop trying to act like that man that's something he like and get off on. Like I feel like it was something new you brought to the table, and because he was kicking it with you because he was enjoying your presence because he liked you. He allowed you to try a little something, something. And now you up here trying to shame this man, trying to act like he's less of a man when he was all the man you ever needed when you was in this little game show. And he was the one holding you down. He was the one approached you, told all these other dudes, like, I don't care nothing about what y'all say. That's what I want. That's what I want. And you was like, that's a black king right there. You remember that, Tokyo? That's a black king right there. Now you over here trying to shame the man. Trying to shame the man. I will say this though. I got another question because did y'all see? And I don't even know this dude's name. I'm gonna have to look it up. But did y'all see the dude that swung on Tokyo? Now I am very happy that they got him up out of there real fast and real quick. But I was a little bit confused because Moses, where was you at then? Like he and not to take nothing away from Moses. I'm saying Moses, where you at? Because I would have really liked for that moment for him to kind of be her knight in shining armor. But if I remember correctly, he wasn't even around in the area when it happened, and nobody expected this crazy dude to stole off on Tokyo to swing on her. Like he swung at her like he was hitting a dude. Crazy work. All because he felt like something she said was disrespectful. Now, yeah, she threw a little glass of water and everybody be like, you can't do that. Blah, but you can't. But let's talk about something. She made a statement while they were doing the eliminations. She walks off. She's not confronting him, throwing water in his face, none of that. She make a statement, and it wasn't even necessarily directed at him specifically. She was just making a general statement, and he didn't like something that she said. So he confronts her and is like, bruh, like, don't say that. Don't talk to me like that. Don't say nothing like that, whatever. So she was like, what is you talking about? Because she don't even understand what he calls himself having an issue with. So he was just like, yo, like, no, don't do that to me. I find that disrespectful. She was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, who is you talking to? So she threw water at him, like, calm down, take a drink, cool off. This dude jumped on her and started trying to swing on her like he was fighting a man, child. And so I do got a question for all of the guys in the house, because where was y'all at? There was no smoke for this man. He jumped on this woman. Everybody was trying to pull him off, but didn't nobody put hands on him. Nobody put hands on him. And that's why after they pulled him up off of this woman, he started talking junk to security. But I was watching because I was like, a real one will go ahead and get at some of them security guards, right? Go ahead and shut some stuff down. Because you was big and bad enough to hit Tokyo. Like I saw that. Like you pulled your fist back into last week to hit this lady. I saw that. So I know for sure you finna work some of these dudes in here that's trying to, you know what I'm saying, pin you down. Or what about the ones that's talking junk? That's telling you pussy. That's telling you weak. That's telling you that's some punk stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why you ain't got no work for them? And then he's sitting on camera talking about he ain't finna let no woman disrespect him. And of course he was not being respectful when he said woman. But he was like, I ain't gonna let no, you know what I'm saying, disrespect me, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Meanwhile, security and everybody is doing everything but talking about his mama. Like calling him, you know what I'm saying, weak, trash, garbage, you them type. Like all of this stuff, they got all the smoke in the world for him. Way more disrespectful than what he felt like Tokyo did. This dude ain't bust a grape, bro. Ain't have no smoke for nobody. Just sitting around. That's how my son. Okay, We gonna see. That's all it is. Where you was feeling so froggy for Tokyo. I don't got no respect for no man like that. I don't. I don't. I don't got no respect for no man like that. And I used to hear people say it growing up. And I didn't think it was true because I was like, dang, if you crazy enough to put your hands on a woman, like in my head, growing up, being younger, I'm thinking you tweaking. Like you done lost your mind. So if you put your hands on a woman, you should be even quicker to put your hands on a dude, right? Because you like that. Like you just a pop off. But what the old ladies were saying, and the men too, is true. A man that'll put his hands on a woman ain't got no smoke for no man for real. I see it time and time again. Them dudes that's quick to put their hands on women be weak, bro. They never, when it's a dude, they got no smoke for that dude. No smoke for that dude. And this man had no smoke for none of them guys. And they was talking about everything but his mama. And some of them might have talked about his mama. And he didn't have no smoke for them, but was so quick. And there was nothing but space and opportunity. You know what I'm saying? There was Tokyo. Tokyo was surrounded by people. There was other people, whatever. He had to reach over people to swing at this lady. But now you outside with security and this space and opportunity. And the security is like, yo, what's up? What you trying to do? Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? Because I not for nothing, they wasn't feeling how he put his hands on this woman. So give me the opportunity to sit you down. This man ain't had no smoke. No smoke out there pleading his case. What you expect me to do? What you expect me to do? Somebody put their hands on me. She threw something in my face, and they was like, "Bro, it's water. It was water. It was water. No, no, no. If that, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Blah blah. Blah. Okay, now you going home. Thank God. Goodbye. Goodbye." But I don't got no space for no weak people. I hoped, I would have liked to see some of the guys on the cast go ahead and get that lit back for Tokyo. Especially Moses. But again, everybody did the right thing. It was handled right. It was handled well. But now that's TV. Normally don't handle things well. They believe in swift justice, and I really like that for them. And I wanted to see that happen for this dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? The favors be returned real quick. And I was hoping that somebody would do that, but not for nothing. This was not even that type of show. He should never have even swung on anybody, because it really was. It's not no fighting show where they supposed to have beef with each other. So he was just completely out of pocket all the way around. I don't even remember that man's name. I'm not even finna give him no credit, no nothing, because he that was trash. That was a trash move, and I hope he's done. I hope now that's TV and everybody else is done with him. But that was a trash move for him to swing on somebody like that. So I really wish Moses would have been there to kind of, you know what I'm saying, go to bat for Tokyo in that way. Oh, it would have been nice. Would have been very nice. But, it is what it is. I'm just saying, some of y'all ladies is missing out on good men just because you won't let them have a little, you won't let them have a little vibrator in peace. Y'all ought be ashamed of yourself. And then some of y'all, I be seeing y'all ladies talking about, ooh, I'm gonna give me a white man. Who you think started this? Who you think came up with pagan the term? No, 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 no. I done seen the Kama Sutra and stuff, so But I'm just saying, pagan. That's, come on now, and I'm talking about, like, who you think into it more. So if that's what you gonna do, I'm just saying, if you gonna go to the other side and date these other men, y'all see what them rich dudes be doing in Dubai and all the kind of stuff they like and all of that. There's worse things, Queen. There's worse things, sis. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that man wants you, all of you, want to give himself to you, want you to have all of him. Why are we shaming that man for that? Why? If that man is fully committed to you, wanting to explore you, wanting to give himself to you, all of him in his totality and entirety, and you holler he's gay. That's terrible, child. That's terrible. Now, you got your preferences and your boundaries. If that's something you like, listen, that's a little much for me. That's not something I like to do. I don't want to experience that type of thing with my man. And that's your preference, whatever. But don't do it. And then you're going to shame the man for after you do it. You're going to do it, have fun with it, enjoy it, do it again. And then now all of a sudden he's gay. It's crazy. That's crazy. Because where was all of this feelings of him being gay while you was doing what you was doing? And as far as I'm concerned, again, like I said, I ain't had no experience in this area. But if I'm doing it to you if you're gay, I'm not a man. I'm not a man. So how that make you gay? You know what I mean? I don't understand. And maybe some other people can explain it better. A member of the LBGTQ plus, maybe a member of the community would love to explain this to me, or anybody that has a different viewpoint. I would love to hear that, because for me personally, I do look at things a bit broader, in some areas, and like I said, this be my general opinion for other people. It don't be for me. My opinion for me is, depending on what you ask me and how you ask me and what you want me to do, either I'm gonna deal with you or not. And that's just a personal thing. To each his own. Each scenario is different. But in this particular scenario, I just feel like if a man opens up to you that he wants something done to him, that he wants you to do something to him, but he's doing it with you, he's sharing it with you. This is not something where he goes out and gets it from other people or does it with other people. This is something that you guys been kicking it for a while, y'all been married for a while, y'all decide y'all gonna try something new, and this is something new that he comes up with to try. Shame that man. Don't shame that man. At least give it some time, because it might not be what you think. It might not be what you think. Yes, it's the back door. Yes, he might like it. Yes, he might moan and all that. But he might just really be into you. He might just really be into you. It's a valid point. It's a valid statement. Y'all haters. Y'all be hating on people. Let these men have their own exploration time and enjoy what they like without there being stigma attached to it. Do y'all see how this is going badly because these men can't just express themselves without being called something or shamed at something? It can't just be something they do behind closed doors. They always got to be worried about it coming out or somebody telling it or it getting out or them having to face other people because of it. And that's not fair. That's not fair. As women, we know how that feels when it comes to slut shaming, right? Where you like this guy, yes, you just broke up with this dude, or yes, you was just dating his friend, but the whole time you really had a crush on him. You met him first, but he was with somebody, so you ended up talking to the friend because you did end up falling for the friend. But now the dude that you really wanted is broke up. He lets you know he was really always feeling you, but he never said anything because he had a girl, and not for nothing, you and the friend was together. Now you and the friend done broke up and you go mess. Y'all know how that happens. It is so easy. Well, I'm not a slut, so I don't know. Okay, but it's easy. I can see how people can move through the friend group. I can see how it could happen. Well, at least one. Now you go to 2 and 3. Now you got a problem. But I could definitely see how you could be in a situation where it's a group of y'all, group of girls, group of guys, and you might have your eye on somebody, but they're not available at the time. So you do end up crushing on a second choice. But now your first choice is available, and that's the one you really wanted. But now, what, you don't talk to this man because you don't want people to slut shame you because that's the second person in the friend group? No, like at the end of the day, that might be your person. Now, I ain't saying you gotta, as soon as he's available, sleep with him. You could date him. You could, have some decorum and a bit less promiscuity, but you could date him. You could talk to him and see where it goes. You wouldn't want nobody calling you a slut for that. You know what I'm saying? So, by the same token, you don't want nobody calling you gay just because you're exploring your own body with a woman. You understand? I mean, that's just my opinion. That's how I feel. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this topic. You can find me on TikTok, Candy Capricorn, YouTube, Candy Capricorn also. And then right here on Spotify. Y'all can comment, y'all can do a poll. I'll do a poll, y'all can vote. But y'all, let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. What y'all think about this topic? Is it gay for a man to want to explore certain areas of his body with his woman? Okay. I'm gonna say no. I don't think it is. I think that should be private between those two people. It should never come back up or be weaponized, and I think it should be respected. That's how I feel about it. All right, you guys. This has been, somebody's got to say it because somebody got to. It's gonna be me. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. It's your girl Candy Capricorn, your host. I absolutely love and adore you guys. I speak blessings and life over your life, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.